Hey, once this is the 2022 Amazon Fire 7. You can see it has a new design language here, so they moved the camera from up top to over here. You now have USB Type-C for charging, which means it charges up a little bit faster. Just overall, it looks a little bit more modern than it used to. There are a few different options you can buy for this. One is with or without ads, and what that means is on the lock screen here you'll get an ad. Mine's just saying Amazon right now, but the ads will change, or you can pay a bit extra money and get rid of ad, have no ad on there. I recommend saving some money just getting the ads. They're not annoying at all. Some of them are even good. Then you have either 16 or 32 gigabytes of storage options. The only difference is their storage option there, and you can expand them using a micro SD card up to 1 terabyte. So again, if you really need a lot of storage, I would just get the 16 gigabyte and expand it with that. Or again, you can spend a bit more money to just get the 32 gigabyte version. These now have 2 gigabytes of RAM compared to only 1 on the old generation, the last generation, as well as they now have a better MediaTek processor, and it actually shares the same processor as what is in the HD8 and HD8 Plus from Amazon. Looking at the home screen here, it looks like pretty much any other Fire device. This is now running Fire OS 8 though. It's the first one to get it. So we can see all of our options here. Biggest changes is going to be dark theme. You now have a built-in screen recorder, which works actually very well. You have this invert colors, which I'm not sure what it does, and you also have a camera option there, which just turns on your camera. And of course you can edit all of that. On the home screen here, well, you have home, you have library, and you also have For You, which are basically just a bunch of recommendations for you. Up top here we have recommended, and then what we used last. You can get rid of this by going into your settings. Again, they're just options that Amazon thinks you might like to get, and then what you recently used. On the main screen, on the home screen here, you get a whole bunch of Amazon related things. All of this you cannot delete, except for I have here Roblox and a very bad YouTube viewer from the Amazon App Store. But everything else that is bouncing here that does not have X's, it comes pre-installed with, and you cannot delete. So you're stuck with all of that. But with that said, you can see I've only used up 3.55 gigabytes. You get 10.68 total. So and that includes my Roblox and the YouTube viewer. Jumping onto the internet browser, show you guys this is decently quick. We'll go here and hit Pokemon. Yes, I've been to this website before, but you can see it will load in websites you've been to very quick. The old one wasn't actually too bad at this either. This is just a little bit faster. So this thing is very good for internet browsing. Let's see, my camera does not want to focus. There we go. So it's actually pretty good for internet browsing. And of course you can zoom in. And of course you can hit any links you want to hit. You see it all works very well. To me, one of the best things for these small 7-inch tablets is Kindle, and of course it works very well on here. So we can even go into so we can go into a book that we have. Let's go into Calvin and Hobbes here. So this is the first time I am opening it on this device, so it will take a few moments to download. And unlike e-readers, you actually get it in color, and you can actually even zoom, and it doesn't get all wonky on you. So that is perfect. And this is $60, so it is cheaper than an actual e-reader is. And we'll see if we can make this go the correct way. There we go. And you can see it's nice and smooth. And again, you get all these nice colors for ones that actually have color. Not all Calvin and Hobbes have color. So it is excellent for e-book reading. It's probably actually one of the things I would say it's the best for. Going into games, it now has a game mode, which pretty much optimizes it for gaming. So it will, device memory and performance are optimized, notifications are hidden, and Amazon 8 is disabled. You can change up settings on there if you want. We are in Roblox Adopt Me here, which I have played many times. Oh, I did not mean to hit that. But you guys can see I have a little puppy. Let's see. And we are in just the lowest graphics settings here. Once this loads in the world, we're just in manual and lowest graphics settings. And for the most part, it does load in very well. It does get a little bit choppy at times. It will load in things in the background as you will kind of pop in. Sorry if I'm not going to party with you at the moment. So again, things will just kind of pop in. It does get a little bit stuttery at times, but nothing unbearable. For the most part, it is actually rather smooth. Even if you use the screen recorder at the same time, a lot of Roblox games works actually decently well. Compare this to the last generation of this, the 2019 version of this tablet. That you could maybe play a game for 20 to 30 seconds before it kicks you out of the game. This, you can sit here and you can play pretty much as long as you want. Now, it might get hot, of course, but for the most part, you can play most games. Every game I've tried to play on here has worked. The only game that has not is Royal High. I was able to play it for just a short amount of time, and then it kicked me out. But I've played other games using the screen recorder, and I've had no issues with them, except for that one. One thing I do want to mention is you cannot bring up multiple apps onto one page. If you have like the HD10 or HD10 Plus, when you're on this display, you hit that and it'll give you an option to open it up in a split display. Being only 7 inches, it does not give you that option. Next, I'm going to show you guys the speaker, and it is just one speaker. Make sure I hit the volume here. Turn up the volume all the way, so it has one speaker only right here. You get the HD8, HD8 Plus, HD10 or HD10 Plus, you get 2 speakers. With of course the HD10 and HD10 Plus being the best sounding. This actually sounds, the 7 sounds very similar to the 8. Just 8 gives you one more speaker. Again, volume's up all the way. And I am using the web browser for this because the Amazon or the YouTube app I got off of Amazon is just really bad and doesn't load. So it still does stutter a little bit when you're trying to do YouTube off of the web browser, like we are here. But see, the speaker isn't that bad for being only one speaker and for being a $60 device. Definitely have heard worse. One more thing to mention here is you get the Amazon App Store. You do not get Google Play Store. I don't know why they still have yet to include that. If you want, there is a way to download it. You can just either Google how to do so, or you guys can check out my channel. I have multiple videos on how to do so. It does not work with every person's device for whatever reason. Most people, you'll be able to get it and it'll work just fine. I tried 4 or 5 times on this device and it just kept on having issues. But again, most people it'll work just fine for. But some, such as myself in this case, did not work. I have it on my HD8 Plus and on my HD10. And actually on the 2019 version of my 7, those all worked very well. They all do work very well. But there's something to note though, is you get Amazon apps and not Google Play Store out of the box. And the Google Play Store is way better than this. I mean, for instance, you can get an actual YouTube app. There are just these web-based ones and they are very bad. You guys let me know what you think of this device. And here in the US it is $60. I think for $60 it is a good option. Personally, if I had the extra money though, I would go and just buy the HD8 Plus. Or if you really want the best experience with an Amazon device, get the HD10 Plus, especially when those go on sale. They're not expensive. Even at $180 for the HD10 Plus normal price is not a bad deal. But this is their cheapest option, and for what it is, I think it's actually a rather good device, and it is leagues better than the 2019 version or the last generation of it. Again, you guys let me know what you think though. As always, I really do appreciate y'all watching. Hope you guys have a good one. Goodbye.